Did you know that over 90% of moms experience mom guilt, yet only half of them ever discuss it? Whether it's feeling guilty for leaving your kids with a babysitter, maybe oversleeping, overindulging the kids, or not being able to afford enough, this guilt can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be this way. You can break free or at least make progress like I have. So in this video, I'll be sharing how I turn my guilt into peace and give you practical tips to make your motherhood journey smoother and much more fulfilling. Relationship, marriage, and everything in between. Subscribe! Hello and welcome back to Sharon's Love Lab, where we talk about dating, marriage, parenting, and lots more. Thank you to my amazing subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button to get valuable tips that can actually help you improve in your personal life, your married life, your parenting life, and lots more. So without further ado, let's go straight into the video of the day. So this isn't one of those videos where I tell you that there's a magic fix that can work overnight. Trust me, if I had one, I'll probably bottle it up and sell it by now. Mom guilt is something I personally wrestle with regularly, whether it's feeding my kids the same meal too often or feeling guilty about not being a super mom. However, the tips I'll be sharing have honestly helped me make real progress, and I hope they do so for you as well. So grab a chair, get your favorite drink, and let's get into realistic ways that can make this journey a little easier. So what exactly is mom guilt? It's that nagging feeling that you're not doing enough, or maybe you are overreacting. Perhaps you've overslept, you are probably not spending enough time with your kids, maybe you keep making the same meal over and over, while other moms on Instagram seem to be serving variety. For example, I used to feel guilty about not spending enough time with my kids, and I felt like I was just too swamped in my work and household chores. I would see other moms on social media posting about their elaborate family activities, and I'm like, how are these people doing it? I just felt like I was falling short, even though I was doing my best to juggle everything. So, mom guilt could be a number of things, and I know firsthand how hard it is to deal with it because I've gone through it myself, and that's why I'll be sharing these things with you. Personally, I've experienced mom guilt often, but I found certain practical tips that helped me feel more at ease, feel lighter, feel more gracious towards myself. So I want to share them with you, and I hope they help you as well. So without wasting time, let's just go straight into the points. The first thing I usually do is that I acknowledge that I am human. First, you have to acknowledge that you're human. You don't have superpowers, and unlike everyone else, you have responsibilities. Being a mom is one of the biggest responsibilities I know. It's natural to fall short in some areas, so don't be too hard on yourself. Accept that mistakes will happen and that it doesn't make you any less of a good mother. So the second thing I do is to identify my triggers. So next, it's important to identify what your triggers are. Is it the fact that you're not preparing variety of meals for your kids, or maybe that you're yelling at the kids whenever you lose your patience? So you need to recognize these things that bring up the most guilt for you and start there. Once you identify your triggers, you can begin to address them one after the other. So the third thing is progress and not perfection. So remember, you don't have to be perfect. Let's say your mom guilt stems from serving the same meal all week. You can start by making small improvements. For example, maybe introduce a new meal each week and slowly build up from there. Over time, you find yourself getting closer to where you want to be without overwhelming yourself in the process. Now, the fourth thing I do is to let go and delegate. Oh, this was initially hard for me. Some things simply won't change, and that's okay. Learn to let go of what you cannot control and delegate tasks where possible. If you have a partner, for example, ask for help. If you have a family nearby, maybe a friend, you need to lean on them for support. The key is not to overwhelm yourself by trying to do everything. Your sanity is directly linked to your children's well-being. So when you are feeling overly exhausted and stressed, it can lead to burnout, frustrations, and even transferred aggression, which only compounds the guilt. And don't feel guilty about delegating. It's not a sign of weakness. In fact, I see it as a strength. And it's one of the best qualities of effective leadership, in my opinion. You have to be able to delegate tasks to relieve yourself from stress. Now, the fifth thing I do, which is usually on the mind, is to talk it out. Don't be afraid to talk about how you're feeling. Whether it's with a partner, a close friend, a family member, expressing your feelings can actually relieve some of that emotional burden. Share what you're going through. You might find that just talking about it lightens your mood. Remember the old saying, problem shared is half solved, but just ensure you share with the right person, though, a trustworthy person. So, there it is. Although mom guilt can be overwhelming, whether it's about not spending enough time with your kids, overindulging them, or overreacting, you name it. I've faced these challenges too, but the tips I've shared, such as acknowledging that you're human, identifying these triggers, striving for progress, delegating tasks, and finally talking it out, have actually helped me find peace and balance. I hope these strategies make your journey a bit easier. These are the steps that have helped me manage my mom guilt. I'm not 100% free from it, but I am a work in progress, and these strategies have actually made a huge difference in my day to day life, and I hope they help you too as well. Please share your own experiences about mom guilt in the comments below. Let's know what triggers it for you and how you're actually working towards overcoming it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.